Jews. Homage to the Venerable Monk Liao Mu. Homage to Master Sakya Tsongkhong. Homage to His Holiness the 16th Karmapa. And homage to Master Dubdan Tarshi. Homage to the three jewels of the altar. Homage to the main deity of the good practice this evening, the medicine Tathagata of the Eastern Lapis Lazuli realm. Simo Tanzan Chatju, all Dharma masters, Dharma educators, Dharma teachers, Dharma instructors, Dharma assistants, directors of temples and chapters, all disciples present here and over the webcast, and our participating VIPs today are the wife to Ambassador Daniel Liao, the Taiwan's representative to Norway and Sweden, Dharma Sister Judy, and the law advisor to the Buddha Foundation, the attorney Lu Wenxiang, accountant to the Buddha Foundation, Dharma Sister Teresa, and producers for the Geni Tian Sang Shinten from CTI TV Taiwan, Dharma Sister Rebecca Shiaji, Dr. Lin, Dr. Su Hua, Su Lin. Good evening, everybody. How do you do? So this evening, we perform medicine Tathagata's deity yoga. We have talked about medicine Tathagata many times, and the most important time of my vision of medicine Tathagata was in Korea. That was called Jeongju in Korea. It's near the Pakong mountain. There was a huge medicine Buddha there. So I was severely ill then, and we went there to pay homage to medicine Tathagata. And on the way back, as we were sitting in the bus, as soon as I closed my eyes, I saw medicine Tathagata, and also Medicine King and the Supreme Medicine, two Bodhisattvas, and then the Sunlight Bodhisattva and the Moonlight Bodhisattva, and the 12 Medicine Generals, gods. They all appeared. As soon as I closed my eyes, all of a sudden there's light in front of my eyes. It's like rays of light. It's like the cotton threads. And it's like a golden rays of lights appearing. saw that, I knew that I would be able to see Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. It's not very often that we can see Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. I am not as good as the witch, the ghost witch, and she could talk to them anytime. Like during a group practice, we are already very fortunate to have Medicine Tathagata descending, that we have some spiritual responses. And I don't usually like to talk about it. Oh, he came and he flew here and he flew there and he told us things. And we asked and then he answered and asked and answered. It's always the case for her, but I don't have such ability, sorry. If you like to hear such stories, you can go to San Francisco, because she's able to see them anytime and any place. And not only that she could see them, she could have dialogue with them. She could even talk to a doll. So she's just too incredible. So when I had the vision of Medicine Tathagata, I put down the stone in my heart, because at that time I thought my illness would not get better. I was totally disappointed. I was hopeless. I went to Korea and saw a huge medicine Buddha, and then I kneel on my 5 points to the ground, to the medicine Buddha, and then on the way back I had the vision of medicine Buddha. So it's as if I put down the stone from my heart. I knew that my illness will be cured. That was the most clear vision that I had. Like the ghost witch or XX. Anytime she did Homa, they always come. Always. Like one time, on the Medicine Buddha's birthday, she did the Medicine Buddha Homa. She saw Medicine Buddha came, and she did not ask him anything. And the Medicine Buddha said something first. He asked the witch, what is the background for success? So Medicine Buddha opened his mouth. It's hard to say what he said. Medicine Tathagata of the Eastern Lapis Lazuli realm spoke Mandarin Chinese. Well, she claimed that it was heart-to-heart communication. Yeah, heart language. Oh my gosh. Any one of you know how to use this heart-to-heart communication? All the masters present here, any one of you? I know there's a body language, and I know that. Tap on the head, or the hand language. This is like it's like a hug, like a walking. like a crescent moon. You're pointing to the sky and you form this. So that's the body language. Anyone that can communicate using the mind? Nobody raised their hand. That's her heart-to-heart communication. So she doesn't know anything, she just don't make any noise. And Medicine Tathagata asked her, what is the background for success? Have you seen her article? Anyone? And her Dharma talk that was transcribed into an article. And do you know what the witch answered? There would be prize if you can answer it correctly. Nobody raised their hands. The ghost witch replied, is by suffering. So the background for suffering is, the background for success is suffering. So now I would like to ask Medicine Tathagata, was the question and answer correct? So saying suffering using heart-to-heart communication must be like this. Now I would like to ask Medicine Tathagata, did you ask the ghost witch on that day about the background for success? No. He didn't ask her, so she made it up. We should give her more woven basket. She can continue to weave lies. That she made up so many things that I get totally befuddled. So now, Medicine Tathagata, what would you ask? Now I would like to use my heart-to-heart communication. Or spirit language. Medicine Tathagata said, if he really would have asked, would be the basis for attainment. He wouldn't have said anything about success. That's very mundane. So the name Changgong is like the name of a person. So what is success? Is trumps the successful? He's not considered successful. Or the wealthy man? Would you say Bill Gates is successful? No. But we are talking about the foundation for the success or the attainment of Buddha Dharma. The foundation. And Medicine Tathagata also replied, precepts, the foundation of a cedar is precepts, then this would be right. Is that so, Medicine Tathagata? Yes. So in the article, the ghost witch replied, suffering by suffering. And Medicine Tathagata said, according to her, Medicine Tathagata said, the correct answer would be being careful. Is the background for success. It doesn't make sense, right? Or the literal meaning of the Chinese words is small heart or big heart. Precept is good. The foundation for attainments is precepts. So the ghost witch was just boastful. So our answer here is correct. Sometimes I would like to see Medicine Tathagata again. Can you show me your light? Because what I saw was many Tathagatas. Many of them. Many. So what I like to tell you is, in this world, when there's a real one, there's always a fake one. For anything, if there's a real one, there's the fake one always appear. If there's a true one or the truthful one, then there would be the imitation or the artificial one. Is there anything without the artificial or synthetic or the fake ones? We have a real diamond, but there's also the Russian diamond, which is a fake diamond, but it's still a diamond. It's not a diamond. But in Chinese it's called, in Taiwan we call it the cubic zirconia, but it's called like Russian diamond, which doesn't sparkle as much. So if it's very bright and sparkling, then that's a real diamond. If it's not that bright, then that's the cubic zirconia. There's a true gold, and there's also a gold-plated things. When she was selling her Buddhist statues or something, she advertised it as a true gold-plated. So what is the true gold-plated. If it's real gold, it's real gold. If it's gold-plated, it's gold-plated. But you don't say real gold-plated. And then she did not know how to answer. And then on the newspaper, it is called the real gold-plated. So a real gold is real gold, like 999. And then if it is mixed, like a certain K, then that's not pure gold. So if it's pure gold, it's pure gold. If it's gold-plated, it's gold-plated. There is no such things as pure gold-plated or real gold-plated. But the Ghost Witch articles, they are all the real gold-plated. So you're a fake, and yet you're trying to trick me. I'm the one with the clear divine eyes. How can she pass by my eyes, my divine eyes? In her many articles, the worst one was about Ganapati. Ganapati was her best bosom bodies, and Ganapati came and gave her milk to drink. So Ganapati gave her milk to drink. So you don't need to have breakfast anymore. And then sang Indian songs for her. Anyone can sing it now. And then dance the Indian dance. Because Ganapati was my friend. It was her friend, gave her milk to drink, because her everyday drink was milk. So he gave milk to the Ghost Witch, sang the Indian songs and danced the Indian dances. So now I want to reprimand Ganapati. Our Ganapati is right there. How come you never offered any milk to me? You offered to her, and yet you never offered to me. Why didn't you dance the Indian dance for me? Why didn't you sing Indian songs for me? If you don't offer them to me, please be careful that I will spank you. Just joking, just joking. She did it up to this point. She did it. Okay, was it real? Let me consult it. I invite Ganapati. Did you really give her milk to drink? No. That wasn't true. And she also claimed the yellow jambala. The food, his most favorite soup was the shark fin. So you have to offer shark fin to the yellow jambala. Did we offer shark fin at our yellow jambala's home? Did we? No. But the Ghost Witch claimed that Yellow Jambala loved shark fins most, and you have to put them into the fire pit and then has to use chopstick and feed them one by one. You know, but Jambala was from Tibet. His origin was Tibet, and there's no ocean in Tibet. It's very far from any oceans. Is there sharks? Are there sharks in Tibet? Are there shark fins there? Well, maybe they have imported. But in the ancient times, during the Tantric Buddha Dharma propagation, there was no shark fins. So why did you say that you have to offer shark fin to Jambala? So according to logic, that Jambala, which originated from a Tibetan Tantric Buddhism, never had any shark fins. Shark fins was not offered to Jambala. So, wasn't your Yellow Jambala coming from Tibet? It must be your own version of Jambala, because there must be shark fins in San Francisco. But it's not logical. And she claimed that, so everybody had to buy the best kinds of shark fins, because he wouldn't even take lower quality shark fins. Where is the Yellow Jambala? Right there. Let me ask Yellow Jambala, what is it that you like most to eat? Carrots and daikons are good enough. So, carrots and daikons, or the white radishes, is good enough. Good enough. Shark fins. When did we ever have shark fins in Seattle for Grandmaster? Where are the chefs for the Seattle temple? We did it 2 years ago. How about recently? No, we didn't cook any. We cooked once 2 years ago. It's quite difficult to have shark fins for my meal. So what a blather. What a nonsense. So medicine Tathagata is truly incredible. So lapis lazuli is one of the 7 precious jewels. At those times, it's quite difficult to even see glass. Moreover, lapis lazuli, which is the colorful glass, really. And the true Buddha Pure Lens, there would be the heavenly or the divine colors, paintings, like so many beautiful colors that would make you feel very happy. and also the divine music. So if you live there, by listening to those heavenly music, you would feel happy. That only those are called the great bliss. That the sky is filled with beautiful, colorful lights that would make you very happy seeing it, and you can fly as you wish in any postures, any positions, and you hear really beautiful and joyous sounds and music that enters into your heart, to make your heart very happy. It only exists in the Buddha lands. In the human world, of course, when we hear good music, we would also feel happy. And sometimes we watch the movies by Zhou Xingzi, Stephen Chow, a Hong Kong actor, Stephen Chow. And you would laugh watching his movies, but you would know when you go to the Western Paradise or the realm of Atmos Bliss that you would be very, very happy every day, because the divine music is in your ears to make you happy, and the beautiful paintings or scenes in the sky that would make you feel happy, and whatever you wish for would be accomplished. That kind of happiness would turn and would flow, and there are all kinds of things that would make you happy. Only that would be called the realm of Atmos Bliss, or colloquially called the Western Paradise, the Buddha land. So Amitabha's Western Paradise is extremely good Pure Land. Whether it's Western or Eastern, they're all the same. We cannot say that the Western Paradise is better than the Eastern realm. It's impossible to compare them. They're all very good, extremely marvelous. Today, let's continue to talk about divine thunder. Like in the creation of the world, in the Brahma heaven, at the very beginning, the body formation is at the navel area, from the navel fire rising from below to hit the hung character at the crown of the head. This is called the divine thunder. And Brahma is right here, which is the creator God, the God of creation in Hinduism. The one on the side is Brahma. At the center, that's Vishnu, Vishnuya. And then on the other side is Shiva, or Mahaswara, or the God of destruction. From my end here to the rightmost is Brahma, the God of creation. At the center, the God of protection, and to the left is the God of destruction, or Shiva. So like in the creation of the world in the Brahma heaven, the world was created by the Brahma God, or Deva. At the very beginning, the body formation is at the navel area. What it meant is that at the initial formation of the body was from the navel.
不是基度妒忌那个妒忌，而是躲宅。
This is the navel.
妒忌有妒忌，你看嘛，当初我们人类出生的时候啊，母亲怀胎也是
So when we were born,
从忌先成。
when the mother was impregnated, it started from the navel. And the navel fire rise from below to hit the hung character or syllable at the tip of the head or the apex door. That's called divine thunder. So once we have attainment in our inner fire practice, at the navel area, there is a fire that would rise, and the water would descend. So the fire is moving upward and the water moving downward. It's always like this. When the fire rises going upward to the tip of the head, there's hung. Hung is the apex door, the tip of the head. And you push against the tip of the head, and that's called divine thunder, and it's also called opening the apex.
这个鬼佛不是想要踩平雷藏寺吗？是不是？
The ghost witch also said that she wanted to stomp flat the Bhagwan chapter, the head temple in Malaysia, all the Li Zhang temples. And she did not know the meaning of these Chinese names, Li Zhang. These names were given to me by the Golden Mother. And she wanted to stomp flat on the Li Zhang temples. That's the same as stomping on Golden Mother.
雷呀，地雷呀，藏在地下，你去踩平，咚。
So
全身粉身碎骨。
So if you step on a landmine, then you would be broken into pieces. How dare you stomp on the landmine, which is in Chinese. The literal meaning is like the ground thunder. So there's thunder in the sky and thunder on earth, and landmine sounded like the earth thunder, and you want to step or stomp on the thunder or thunderstorm? How can you do that? So you use the inner fire to open the tip of your head. That's called the Brahma thunder or divine thunder. And the verse for this key formula is the bow of Qi and the arrow of fire shooting at the target of Bodhi quickly rise to wisdom, no more the three union, and entreat in front of the root guru. So you need to beseech from your lineage root guru how to use the inner fire to open your apex. This is a Dharma practice of the 6 yogas of Naropa. What was it called? The Boa Dharma practice. So there's a key formula to the boa practice, as spoken by Virupa. The chi is like the bow of the bow and arrow. The chi should be like the bow, and the inner fire shoots like an arrow. And it shoots at the hung of Puti, and you can rise to wisdom of Tathagata really quickly, and then no more the three union, and you need to entreat in front of the lineage root guru. After you generate the inner fire, how do you open the apex or perform the poa practice? It has to be transmitted by the lineage root guru. So the so-called bow of qi is when the body is in the lotus position, abiding in accordance with the self-nature. And visualize the husk of the grain as the bow handle, the two legs as the bow bosom, and the two knees as the ends of the bow, and the bowstring is right below the tibia or the shin bone. So like in a lotus position, like I just did, then it would look like a bow. And the inner fire is like the arrow. And then you use the bow to draw it tight, and then you use the inner fire to shoot at the apex, at the hung character there. So the body in lotus position, and the mind, place the mind abiding in the sky, and visualize the Ketao from throat, mouth, stomach, the intestines. That's the same as the central channel. So Ketao is the central channel. And the two legs as the bow bosom, and the two knees as the bow ends, and the shin bone as the bowstring, and the fire arrow is the fire with the tip pointing downward at the triangular fire altar at the secret place inside the body. We all know about the fire arrow. Is where the inner fire was ignited, and then you shoot the arrow to the hung character, the body at the upper part of the central channel, which is the apex door, and that's the white upside down hung character right here at the apex door. That's all for today about Lamdre. We know this is the poa practice. There are many other Dharma practices. The first part was talking about the treasure vase energy yoga, and then this is talking about inner fire and opening of the apex door. And Grandmaster has opened his apex, and you can see with your naked eyes. There's a hole here.
有一个球员投篮，5次都没有投进，这个教练就
there's a
笨蛋
player that could not make a goal with the ball, and the coach said, or the dumbbell, look at me, and he tried 5 times and the ball didn't enter. And then the coach said, so, did you see? That's how you did it earlier.
我找出过去的旧报纸，在旧金山的旧报纸。
I searched the old newspapers from San Francisco.
欧豪年胜诉的新闻头条，
that
红色的头条，
had the news, the front page titles of that Oh Hao Nian won this lawsuit.
硬凹啊，你知道什么叫硬凹吗？输了就输了嘛，你就讲输了。
You know, but the Ghost Witch did not want to accept that, and she kept claiming that she won, she won, she won. So if she won, did you have to pay Oh Hao Nian?
还要讲呢，我赢了，我赢了，我赢了。为什么讲赢要讲？他说要讲3遍。
And she said 3 times that she won, she won, she won.
所以给他1点钱。
And although she won, she had to pay ransom, to pay money to Oh Hao Nian because she was compassionate toward him. But it doesn't matter which newspaper, it was in the newspaper that Oh Hao Nian won the lawsuits. But she insisted and pretended that she claimed that she won the lawsuit.
有看到古云呢？古云有来吗？在哪里？
I saw Gu Yin.
啊，你在那里啊？
Where is
到
Gu
底是
Yin?
赢还是输啊？输了。
Did she win
啊，你
or
们不
lose?
是围着一直念咒吗？
She lost.
你们那时候拼命念咒啊，有没有？
But you chanted lots of mantra,
拼命
right?
念咒啊。啊，他讲说，到最后他也有解释了，他也硬凹。他说，我们念咒是有效的。
And she continued to insist that there's use to our mantra chanting. And then she accused that the lawyer of Oh Hao Nian was in
有陪审团
with the judge was
总之是输了就对了啦。你看古云都
but
讲
she
输了，
lost. See, Gu Yin said
他
that
们还要
she
讲
lost,
赢了。
yet she claimed that she won.
教练的硬凹。
So it's the same as what the
就是这样
coach
子啦
did.
很多话都可以翻来覆去的。
Just pretended,
然后
and you
还有
can
解
just
释啊什么
twist it
哦
around.
见律师啊，人去
And
见
then
法
she
官啊
made up
怎么
lots of
样
excuses
讲一大堆
that Oh Hao Nian's lawyer met the judge, or Oh Hao Nian met the
他讲
judge,
说
or whatever.
他在帮中委会打官司，帮师尊打官司。
And she said that she was in the lawsuit on behalf of Trubida Foundation and on behalf of Grandmaster. That was wrong. How could that be? Because she was the one that took the money, not Grandmaster.
派的创始人
But Oh Hao Nian wanted to sue me at
钱
first,
到哪里去？
saying that
到最后
I was the founder of
原
Trubida
来
School.
卢师尊是这样子的。
But
每一
after
个雷上是
he
每一个雷上
did
是
some
自己
research,
独立去管，
he found out that for
每
Grandmaster
一个
Lu,
堂归每一个堂自己独立去管。
all the temples are independent. totally independent. So he found out that the one who took the money is the ghost witch. So because the money was unrelated to me, the money was not with me, so of course he wouldn't sue me, he sued her. The problem was that she took their money, she took Zhu Mulan's money. Zhu Mulan only came here to teach me paintings. So I'll just return my painting skill to her, right, to you. I never took Zhu Mulan's money because Oh Hao Nian gave the money to Zhu Mulan, and then Zhu Mulan gave the money to the ghost witch. Of course, he would sue you. How could he sue to Buddha Foundation? Because it's not related to Buddha Foundation. To Buddha Foundation did not take any money. You always just swallow the money yourself. So everything has a reason. Of course, he sued you. If he sued me, I didn't take any of your money, so I have told this before. We went to Thailand, and they're very rich and very generous because they always say Sawadika. In Chinese, it sounds like just swipe my cards, my credit cards. In our True Buddha school, who's the richest one? It's the XX chapter, right? I knew long ago. Swipe my card. Every time when I see in the news that when someone was being cheated for millions and tens of millions of dollars, I always wondered why people with such IQ have so much money. See? So, if you're in the field, then you can tell. But if you are not, then you just join the merriment, you know, because if you understand about the spirit world, then you can see through it right away. But most people don't. So we asked Zhu Mulan, why do you believe in the ghost witch? Because her talks are always so nice. Always about a glip of tongue. It's not truthful. Like the fireflies waiting for her for 100,000 years. Anyone has been to the fireflies cave in New Zealand? Please raise your hands.
从来不旅行的，哎，你们有没有去看过纽西兰的那萤火虫的洞？没有。
So none of you have been there.
连一个都没有，这边连一个都没有，这边呢也没有。
Nobody. Oh wow.
底下的法师呢
How about any one of you down
我那
there?
边有看到萤火虫的洞。对啦，他也去过那里，常常也去过那里。
So XX went there.
他说这个萤火虫在这里已经等我10
And then
万
she claimed that the fireflies have been waiting for her for 110,000 years. Let me
中
ask
国
how.
5000年历史，
When was that? So China has a 5,000-year history. The old civilizations, Egypt, India, China, and Babylon. The 4 old civilizations that has about 5,000 to 6,000 years of history, and beyond that we had no records. We don't know anything about it. So think about it. Yet she claimed that the fireflies have been waiting for her for 110,000 years. And then if you check that the fireflies only live for 20 days, but the fireflies been waiting for her for 110,000 years.
11万年前有萤火虫。我也想不出来，我不知道，因为我11万年前有萤火虫，它。
Do fireflies exist 110,000 years ago? I don't know. And they've been waiting ever since then? It's just totally illogical. And the elephant's been waiting for 500 years. And Mother Maria at the cathedral in Panama has also been waiting for her for 500 years. She doesn't have to wait for 500 years. Maria can just find you right away. She's an important god or goddess in Christianity. If she's a god, why she has to wait? She can just find you, right? So now I'm teaching you, even when you're blowing your horn, please be logical. You know, don't just make it up and totally illogical. Mary, Mother Mary.
你去那里捐一匹大的金钱捐款吗？谁跟他去的？
So why was she waiting for her donation?
说莲言跟他去。
Anybody went with her? Gu Yin? No. Reverend Lian Yan?
那边有这个唱圣歌的，唱圣歌。你看唱圣歌的。
And she pointed to the choir.
那里唱圣歌哎。
And then said, because Reverend Lian Yan can sing nice English songs, so hey, you were one of the choir in your past life, and I was the bishop of the cathedral buried underneath there. 圣母玛利亚为什么等你500年？你回去当主教吗？ So Madonna or the Mother Mary.
第二
Let me ask you, why would she want to wait for you 500 years?
她还是用佛法
For donation, no. And then you would want to ask her to become a Christian? No. You're still using Buddhism to cheat people.
也没有，她也没有出钱。
That's an old cathedral. Did you donate money to renovate or to fix the cathedral? No. So now I'd like to ask you, what for? Why would she want to be waiting for you? So if the Mother Mary was waiting for you, there must be a purpose, right? For what? But you didn't do anything. You didn't donate any money. You didn't help the renovation of the church. You were not converted into Christianity. And you didn't do anything. So I would like to ask, why? would Mother Mary wait for you for 500 years?
想一想就知道它是吹孔。
So just use your logic and you know that she's blowing her horn.
玛利亚要叫你去那里，到天主教堂那里的时候，你跳一个塔布利斯给他看吗？跳一个脱衣舞给他看吗？对不对？
Was the Mother Mary
难道你到辽宁的护
wanted
国
to
寺，
dance a topless dance for you?
那些活菩萨都拉着
Like
你
when you go to Liaoning,
听
the
着叫你
Huguo
不要走来这
temple,
里当住持，
and all the
结果
Buddhas and
活菩萨的
Bodhisattvas
力量
was
都抵不过你。
holding on your skirt to let you stay and become the abbot of the
既然
temple.
活菩萨，
And
他当然
yet the
知道
Buddhas
你
and
还会
Bodhisattvas
当住
couldn't
持
hold
的。
you down, and you still left, turned
为
around
什么
and
要拉
left.
住你的喇嘛琴不让你走呢？明知道
So
留不住，为
if
什么
the
要勉
Buddhas
强要
and
留你？
Bodhisattvas
去
knew
让你当住
that
持？
you wouldn't want to stay, why would the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas hold on your lama skirt
想一想，
to make you stay? Those were all just nonsense. Just use your logics and you know they're all just total lies. Just total bladders.
好了，他是这样子的，现代的新三拜，古代有所谓的一拜、
Nowadays, with the 3
二
bows
拜高堂，
in the old time,
然后夫妻
first
对
bow to the heaven
现
and
在的新
sky,
三代
a
新三拜
second
是这样。
is to the seniors, and then to each other.
金光的夜光子，这个叫做一拜天地。拜完了，自己又开始啃老祖的，这个叫做二拜高堂。啃老祖，大家知道啃老祖，把父母的钱全部吃光，这个
Like
二拜
if
高
you
堂。这个拜是打拜的拜。
if you bow to the parents in the old time, but nowadays you just eat up
夫妻对拜。
all your parents' money, and then or you try to get each
差不
other's
多给这个
money, then that means you're bowing to each other's in the marriage. I
老
guess.
婆问老公
Anyway,
老公
sorry.
你有爱我吗？老
The
公
wife
说
asked
爱
the
啊。
husband, "Do you love me?"
老
The
婆
husband replied, "Yes, I love
如
you."
果
And the
我
wife
以
said,
后老了变丑，你还会
"When
爱我吗？
I grow old and become ugly, would you
别
still
这么
love
这
me?"
样子说啦，
And the husband said,
你这
"Please
样
don't
子
say
说就好
that.
像现在
If you
很
say
美的样
this
子。
as if you're now beautiful."
其实现在已经很丑了。
Actually, it's already very ugly. She's already very ugly now.
阿弥陀佛。小明清明节跟着家人上山扫墓，
For the ancestors of the tomb sweeping festival, Xiaoming went
小明就练
up the
习
hill
学校合唱团的表演歌曲。没想到一开口，小明的爸爸立刻把他打
practice
了一巴掌，
the
因为这个
the song
小明
that
背着祖文，
was to be sung in school.
轻轻轻轻敲醒沉睡的心灵，慢慢
And Dad
张
slapped
开
him
你的
because
眼睛。
it's like I quietly knock into your spirits, and please open your eyes slowly.